Larry, okay, man, look, you know, we've been in trial now for 2 days, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, you're going to go on the stand.
Okay, I'm ready.
I know.
I'm ready.
That's right. It's very, very important that you tell the jury your story, how it happened, and most importantly, why it happened, all right?
All right.
I want you to remember one thing now. When you put your hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, there's a reason that you do that. That's an oath that you're taking. But listen to what the clerk is going to tell you. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. See, clerks, it's another dadgum day at the office. They don't even remember what they're saying anymore. I want you to remember it. Swear to tell the truth. That's exactly what I want you to do. Tell the jury the truth. And the second part, that's the most important part. Tell the jury the whole truth. You see, because after I ask you some questions, then that other fellow's going to ask you some questions. You remember we've talked about the difference between direct and cross-examination?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how I tried to get Mr. DeLeonardi and Mr. McCreel, how I've tried to get them to answer with just yes or no? Well, tomorrow, that's your time. See, now they're going to try to do that to you. Remember your oath. Put your hand on the Bible. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I know you're going to be nervous. Hell, I won't be nervous now. I'm telling you, I'm going to be nervous.
All right.
Nervous as I can be. Remember that second part. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The whole truth may not be able to be answered with just yes or a no. Explain your answer. I'll protect you. I'm not going to let those suckers cut you off. You have a right to tell that whole story to your jury. You get down with them, man, and tell them.
I'm ready, John. Just,
all right.
Just get us going.
Good man.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Very good.
Your Honor, may it please the court, we call in his own defense the defendant, Larry Baker. Larry, I want you to turn to your jury. Turn to him. Sit in the chair and turn to him. Look at him. Larry, July the 29th, 1994, tell your jury where you were. Tell them.
Streeter, Illinois, working at the Thatcher Glass Company.
August the 8th, 1994, tell your jury where you were.
I was in a little room in the 8th Precinct, downtown Chicago, with 6-7 people standing over me.
And on August the 8th, 1994, you confessed to killing a man in Grand Park, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Tell him. Did you tell him that?
Yes, I did.
Larry, for the love of God, how did you tell him that you killed a man on August the 8th when you weren't even here on July 29th? Tell him. How did you do that?
I did it because I was scared. I did it because I was confused. And I did it because I wanted to get out of that room I was in.
All right, let's tell these folks a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the members of your jury. Tell them a little bit about your background, who you are, your age, where you come from. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Larry Baker, and I'm 22 years old, and I come from Milwaukee originally, and I've lived in Chicago the last 3 years.
How far did you go in school, Larry?
I made it through the 12th grade, graduated.
And what year was that?
That was 19... I can't tell you. I'm too nervous. I'm sorry.
Why are you nervous? All right, tell me.
I'm just not used to this public speaking.
That's right. It's okay. They understand that. Larry, have you ever been involved in a court proceeding before? Have you ever had to testify in a jury trial ever before?
I have never had to testify before, no.
Have you ever been arrested and convicted for anything that would bring you into a court of law?
Yes.
Go ahead and tell them. Go ahead.
I and two other people were accused of stealing a car.
And how long ago was that?
It was when I was a juvenile. I was 16. That was 7 years ago.
And where was that?
That was in Milwaukee.
Okay. Now, Larry, there are several people here in the courtroom today that have come up from Streeter to be with you, have they?
Yes, there is.
Who's this lady right here with the red hair? Who's this lady right here?
That's my mother,
Yeah.
Mrs. Baker.
Miss Baker, would you stand for a minute, please? This is your mother, and she lives where?
She lives in Milwaukee.
The gentleman seated over here in the green shirt. That's Mr. Thatcher, is that correct? Mr. Thatcher, if you'd stand, please.
Yeah, that's yes, that's Mr. Thatcher, my employer at the glass company.
Thank you, Mr. Thatcher. The gentleman seated next to him, that's who? Stand up, sir.
That's my father.
It's your father. And he and your mother no longer live together, but he lives in Streeter, isn't that correct?
That's correct.
All right, sir. And Mr. Dewey is the gentleman here in the blue shirt, is that correct? Mr. Dewey, if you'd stand.
Yes, it is.
Now, Mr. Dewey
Dewey?
is a friend of yours as well.
Yes, and he lives in Streeter.
That's right. Now, we're going to introduce them to our jury, but I wanted you to be able to introduce them now. All right? Larry, let's explain for our jury a little more of your background. I want you to paint your whole background, your whole picture. After you graduated from school, how did you employ yourself? How did you earn a living? How did you support yourself?
After I left school, I had no skills. I worked in shop, a wood shop, so I got a job with a construction company, just picking up pieces of wood and filling the truck, and then started to pick up the trade from that company. And I had a very good job there until I got laid off. And so I mostly worked in the construction area.
All right. After that period of time, did you go and did you leave Streeter and look for employment elsewhere?
Yes, I did. I went to Chicago.
All right. Now, I want you to tell your jury, how did you come from Streeter to Chicago? Did you drive? Did you take a bus? How?
Hitchhiked.
Hitchhiked.
Pretty much ran away from home at that point.
Right. It's okay. When you came to Chicago, tell your jury what is the first person, who was the first person that you met in all of Chicago, Illinois?
It was Jesus Otero.
Mr. Otero, stand up. You know who you are, Mr. Otero? Stand up. And who is this? Larry?
Next to Mr. Otero.
No, the gentleman standing right there.
This is Jesus Otero.
Sit down, Mr. Otero. And the man seated next to him with the attractive blue sweater on.
And the beady eyes. That's Roger Moss.
Stand up, Miss Moss. And who is he?
He's the second person I met in Chicago.
Sit down. The very first person that you met in Chicago, Illinois was Jesus Otero.
That's correct.
And did the first person that you met in Chicago, Illinois tell you where you could get a job?
He did.
And where did you say you could find work?
He told me that I could go to this local restaurant where he knew someone that was also a cook, and I could get a job there.
And so the first person that you met in Chicago, Illinois, who told you where you could find work, did he also tell you where maybe you could find a place to stay as well?
He did. He offered I stayed with him the first month I was there.
And did the first person that you meet in Chicago, Illinois, who told you about where to get a job and offered you a place to stay, did he tell you such things as where the nearest subway stop was?
He did, yes.
And did he also tell you such things as where you could go to maybe open up a bank account?
Yeah, he told me all about the area.
Did he introduce you to the man seated next to him, Mr. Moss?
He did at Bug House Square. He took me down there and introduced me to Mr. Moss and some of his other friends.
He introduced you to Mr. Moss and other members or other associates of his. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
In fact, and in truth, he introduced you to his world, didn't he?
He did.
And after a period of time, Larry, did you come to care for Mr. Otero?
Very much so, yes.
And after a period of time, did you come to be a very close friend of Mr. Otero's?
Yeah, he was my contact with Chicago. He got me started. I was very close with him, trusted him.
Larry, is there a question about your relationship with Mr. Otero that you don't want to have to answer in front of this jury?
Yes, there is.
And you've discussed that with me, haven't you?
Yes.
Did you and Mr. Otero become intimate? Did you become lovers, Larry? It's all right. Tell him, Larry. Tell him the whole truth.
We did.
Did that love and did that concern become trust in Jose Otero?
It did, yes.
Do you believe that Jesus Otero cared for you?
I do.
Do you believe that Jesus Otero loved you?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe that Jesus Otero had your best interest at heart? Did you believe that?
I believed it.
Tell your jury where these two individuals worked. How did they make a living? What type of profession did they have?
Jesus didn't work. He spent his time in the Bug House Square district, and he formed relationships with people, and he was able to secure jobs, or he knew where food was. He had the trust of a lot of people in that area, and I think he deserved it. He helped a lot. Street people help each other out, and he was one of the bigger helpers.
How did he have money? How did he make a living? If he has money in his pocket now, how does he have that money?
Well, from what I've heard, he had two sisters that would send him $45, $50 a week, and that on occasion, men friend would send him or give him presents.
Men friend like Roger Moss?
I would assume so, yes.
Tell your jury how Mr. Roger Moss employs himself. How does he make a living?
Mr. Moss does not work either. He lives off of, he's a male prostitute.
And does he hang out at any clubs or any bars in an attempt to meet men?
Yes, he's also a cross-dresser, I think. That's how he makes his money. Dresses up, nothing wrong with it. Dresses up and goes into bars. Picks up men. And dances, too. Good dancer.
Does this good dancer make good money at that profession?
You know, I've heard him say he can make $20 a night, but I would imagine he can make more than that. But That's what he reports.
Larry, tell your jury whether or not you consider these two individuals, Jesus Otero and Roger Moss, to be the two closest friends that you have in the whole city of Chicago, Illinois.
I would say that about Jesus any day of the week, but I don't, I know Roger, and we're not the closest of friends.
All right. Do you know their relationship, Jesus and Roger?
I think they're lovers. I know they are.
It's not easy to have to say all that out loud, is it?
It isn't.
All right, now let's switch for just 1 second. You've lived here in Chicago for approximately 3 years, but your home, where you grew up, where your family's from, is in Streator, Illinois.
Yes.
Tell our folks, in case they may not know, how far Streator is from Chicago.
Yeah, it's about 160, 180 miles.
All right. Did there come a time, Larry, that you left Chicago, Illinois, and moved back to Streator?
Yes, I did. It was about 4 or 5 months before this July 29th.
4 or 5 months?
Yes.
All right. That would be February or March of 1994?
Yes, it would.
All right. Tell your jury why you moved back. You've been in Chicago for 3 years. Why did you move back?
It was my home, and I wanted to go back and touch base with my friends there, and I needed work, so I went back there.
Did you find work in Streator?
I did, yes.
And where did you find work?
At the Thatcher Glass Company. Introduced myself to Mr. Thatcher and talked with him, and he agreed to hire me.
I want you to see if you can identify this piece of paper that I'm showing to you. Just answer if you can identify it first, one way or the other.
Yes, I can.
All right. So let me get 1 more second. You ought to like be able to mark this as Defendant's Exhibit 32, please. And the prosecution already has seen this. I've shown that to them. Larry, I want you to explain to this jury what is this exhibit, this piece of paper that you have identified. What is it?
That's my time card at Thatcher Glass Company. Every day I come in, I put it in the little slot and pull it back out, and it'll tell you when I'm there, and then it'll tell you again in the evening when I leave.
The top of that card has, just publish that, and by that I mean, tell the jury what the wording at the top of that. What does it say, Larry?
At the top of this, it says Thatcher Glass Company, Streator, Illinois.
And who is the employee there?
The employee is myself, Larry Baker.
For the last week of July 1994, what is the first day of that week?
July 25th.
All right. I want you to look down to the day of July the 29th, 1994, and I want you to be able to tell the jury when you went to work at Thatcher Glass and when you checked out from Thatcher Glass.
Well, it says on July 29th, I checked in at 8:30 in the morning, a.m., and then I left work at 5:30 in the evening, p.m. That would be July 29th.
Okay. And when you leave work, where do you go? Where were you living? With whom were you living?
I was living with Mr. Day, who's over there in the corner with the blue shirt.
So after you left on the Friday, July the 29th at 5:30 from Thatcher Glass, where did you go?
I went to Mr. Day's house where I was living, so I went back to my house.
All right. Tell your jury whether or not on Friday, July the 29th, 1994, you ever left Streator, Illinois.
I did not.
Tell your jury whether or not on Friday, July 29th, 1994, you ever came to Chicago, Illinois.
I did not come to Chicago on July the 29th, 1994.
Tell them, did you on July 29th, 1994, ever kill a man by the name of John Hussers in Grant Park in Chicago, Illinois?
I have never killed anyone on any date in my life, and certainly not on July 29th.
But there came a time, Larry, after July the 29th when you did come back to Chicago, didn't you?
Yes, I got laid off by Mr. Thatcher, and so there I was in Streeter with no work at all. It was a general layoff. It wasn't anything to do with my work performance, but I had to come back to Chicago for work and to try and get back on my feet that way.
Tell your jury when you came back to Chicago, Illinois in the early part of August 1994.
Well, it's right there. It was August 8th of 1994. I came back on the bus.
The day you came back to Chicago on a bus was August the 8th, and you met who at that time?
I got off the bus and started walking, and I immediately ran into Jesus and a friend of Jesus's.
And where did you meet him?
It was on LaSalle Street, 8900 LaSalle Street.
And what did your trusted friend Jesus Otero explain to you? What did he tell you about something that had happened back in the end of July of 1994?
Well, he first took me into a cafeteria and bought me a cup of coffee, and he told me that the police were looking for me and that I was suspected of being involved in a murder of a man in a place called Grant Park.
You know, Larry, I forgot to tell your jury about something. In your early years, you also had a period of time when you had some rough things happening to you. You remember that? You told us about it?
I do.
And you've told us about having to go into a hospital. You remember that?
Yes, yes.
I want you to tell your jury approximately how long you were in the hospital, where that hospital was located. Go ahead and tell them. It's all right.
Well, it's not something I'm particularly proud of, and the hospital was Bellevue, and I had to go in there for 18 months for a bout of depression that I had.
It's all right. And when you were in that hospital, did they give you a diagnosis? Do you know what I mean by a diagnosis? Did they tell you what had happened to you and what was wrong and how they were going to treat you?
At the time that I came in, I was chronically depressed, and that's what the doctor said my diagnosis was.
Right. Looking back, how did you feel about that period of time in your life?
You know, I was chronically depressed, and I should have been in the hospital. So the hospital was, you know, the place for me. I thought it was great, and I needed to be there, and I felt safe there.
You know, in your relationship with Jesus Otero, did you explain to him and did you confide in him that period of time in your life?
Yes, we talked.
He knew about that, correct?
He did.
And he knew what types of pressures had led you to have to be confined there?
We talked about everything, yeah, so he knew about it, yeah.
Why would you tell him about all that, Larry?
Well, any kind of relationship, you know, you talk. You want the other person to know where you've been and maybe where you're going.
Okay. August the 8th, 1994, you're in a cafeteria with Jesus and a friend, and he tells you about something that happened about 10 days before, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Tell your jury what he said to you, Larry.
He told me that there was a man that had been murdered in Grant Park, that the police believed 3 white males had done it, that they also believed that I was involved and had done it, that the man had been stabbed in the stomach, and it had happened near one of these concrete flower pots. That's what he told me. But he felt that the police would be coming to at least talk to me very shortly.
Before he told you that, what did you know about anything that had happened in Grant Park, about a man being killed? What did you know about it?
Nothing, not a thing. It's like I was sitting drinking coffee and all of a sudden I'm accused of murder.
Well, what did you tell Jesus?
I told him I wasn't there. I didn't know anything about it.
You told your best friend, as soon as he tells you about it, you say, what? Tell him. What did you say to him?
I said, that's crazy. I had nothing to do with it.
And you told him, right there, that man right there, you told him, Mr. Otero, you think this is funny, sir? I'm sorry, I thought that was a smile. You told your best friend, the fellow that you confided in, the fellow that you trusted, you told him immediately what? Look at him and tell him. What did you tell him?
I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, that I wasn't here, and that there had been some kind of horrible mistake made.
So your good friend, your trusted friend, your confidant, Jesus Otero, what did he do with you as you left the cafeteria?
He asked me to walk along with him and go down to Bug House Square.
Did you get to Bug House Square?
We walked along, and then 2 officers came up in a police car with their red light going and grabbed me and handcuffed me and threw me in the back of their squad car.
Mr. DeLeonardi, please stand up. Who is that gentleman?
That's one of the officers.
Do you know his name now?
DeLeonardi at this point, yes.
This is the man whose car just happened to come up beside you, and he told you that he wanted to talk to you and put you in handcuffs.
He did more than that. Yeah, he wanted to arrest me. It was beyond talk.
Tell your jury, did he arrest you?
He arrested me, within seconds had me in the car, and I was on my way down to the police station.
And when you're at the police station, who else do you then meet? What other police officer?
It was Officer Magruder, Officer Hogan, and an Officer Beck, I believe, that I've learned since then.
Mr. Magruder, stand up. Who is this gentleman? Tell your jury who that is, Larry.
That's Officer Magruder.
These 2 men have you down at this precinct, and they're accusing you of what?
They weren't accusing me, they were telling me I murdered him. Yeah, they were accusing me I murdered this man in the park and had a sexual relationship with a guy I didn't even know, and then killed him because I wouldn't pay him money, or he wouldn't pay me money. It was all screwed up. The story wasn't even right.
Did these police officers tell you what time this stabbing took place?
They said it was the evening while the concert was going on at Grant Park. So,
what did you know about a concert going on in Grant Park?
I didn't know a thing about it.
What did you know about a flower pot there beside where Mr. Husser's died?
I just didn't know.
What did you know about a knife, Larry, that was used to kill this man?
Nothing. Nothing about that knife.
Larry, I want you to tell your jury now, tell them what the room was like. How big a room was it?
The room? Where?
Where you were being questioned by these 2 men.
Well, let me think about it a minute. This room was not any bigger than probably this little area right here, up to where that wood stops, and across maybe to here. That's what, 10 by 10.
Did it have any windows in the room?
No windows at all. There was vinyl on the floor. The place smelled bad. I think they'd been keeping some of the police dogs in there. It was filthy.
When you were in there, tell your jury about where your hands were. How were your hands cuffed, Larry?
Well, they never took my hands out of handcuffs from when I was standing on the street. They were cuffed tight, and they were also cuffed behind my behind the chair that I was in. It was like this chair here, so I was kind of pinned backwards, straight up in the seat.
Were you in the middle of the room as you are now, or was your back up against the wall, Larry?
Let's see, I was like pressed up back against this wall here.
Get up for a minute. Approximately like this?
Yeah, that's about right.
This is the one wall of the room?
Yes.
Mr. McCreel, come here. Come here, Mr. Giuliani. Take your time, gentlemen. Stand right here, gentlemen. Were they seated, Larry, or were they standing over you?
They were both standing.
Come here, Mr. Otero. Was he seated? Jesus, was he seated?
Yeah, he was sitting right next to me here. He had his own little chair.
Sit down, Mr. Otero. Where was Mr. Moss?
Mr. Moss was on the other side of Jesus.
Come here, Mr. Moss.
I'm glad you're up here.
Sit down. Mr. Bailiff, if you'll help me, please. Larry? Who's asking you questions, Larry?
Leonardo.
How were they asking you questions, Larry?
This isn't correct, because Leonardo was like 2 inches away from me, kind of standing over me, pointing his finger.
How was his tone of voice, Larry?
It changed.
How did it change, Larry?
It was an order, and then it was authoritarian, and then it was softer when I told him something he wanted to hear.
And what did he want to hear, Larry?
He wanted to hear that I killed a man in Grant.
What did you tell him, Larry?
I told him once, I told him twice.
What did you tell him?
Didn't kill anybody. I wasn't there.
What did Mr. McCreel say to you then, Larry?
He wouldn't listen. McCreel wouldn't listen either. Yeah, when I would say that I wasn't there, they just brush it aside and make a laugh.
And Mr. Otero, your close friend, your trusted friend, the man that you loved, what was he saying to you to do?
You know, Jesus was alone with me a couple times. What he was saying was, you're in trouble and you're going to get beat up. You got to give these people what they want and get out of here. That's what he was saying.
What's going on with you, Larry? What are you thinking now, Larry?
Hey, I'm scared.
Why, Larry? Why are you scared? Tell your jury, Larry.
So I'm being accused of murder. I'm about ready to get beat up, and I got 2 huge policemen pounding it down my throat. Yeah, I'm scared.
Larry, why didn't you just say that I didn't do it? Why did you just say that to him, Larry?
I said I didn't do it to them for 3.5 hours. It wasn't going in. It's like talking and nobody's hearing. They weren't.
So what are you thinking, Larry? What do you think the only thing you can do? What? Tell them, Larry. Tell your jury what you thought.
The only way out of this room was to say I did it and get out of this room and worry about everything else later.
Larry, on August the 8th, 1994, did you tell these policemen that you had stabbed John Husserls?
I did.
What you told them on August the 8th, 1994, was that true, Larry, or was it not?
It was not true, sir.
I think we understand that now, Larry.